Hey guys, welcome back to Minute Watch, and today we're gonna review the first mechanical watch that I've received in my life. But first, I want to talk about watches having stories. Now, I like getting new watches and stuff, but when a watch has a story behind it, I appreciate them so much more. So let's put this aside for a bit, and I want to talk to you about this particular watch. This, whenever it decides to focus, this is a Casio Baby G model 1909, and I got this about 17 years ago when I was about 21. This is the first watch that I actually bought for myself. I have had watches before that are gifted to me, but this is the first one I actually went out to go buy. I needed a watch to go on a trip. I was going to Las Vegas and I needed a watch, and at the time it was not this color. It was actually super clear. This yellowing has happened over time, especially because this particular watch has seen a lot of stuff. I have been in the water chased by sharks while surfing. I have been stung by multiple jellyfish. I have ridden big North Shore and South Shore waves in Hawaii with this thing. Gotten pounded. This thing has been pounded countless times. This watch has been with me while I did a lot of illegal street racing. And ultimately, recently, well, not too recently, but in the past 5 years or so, this has been my go-to watch when I would go ride my dirt bike in the mountains and trails. And this watch has crashed with me so many times and has been with me as I have broken bones. I have been literally smashed into the ground, and this watch has handled every single bit of it. This is a tough little watch, and it's been almost anywhere with me. Whenever I wanted a tough little watch, this is the one that I used. I've changed the battery maybe twice, and it just handles it. It still retains its water resistance, even though I opened it up myself and did it myself. I just put a little bit of oil on the gasket, and it's fine. So this watch I will always keep. I'll never get rid of it. This watch has so many memories. Doing all kinds of stuff all over the place in Oregon, California, and Nevada, and even in Moab, Utah. I've taken this to an epic trip that my friends and I went on from Oregon to Moab, Utah, where we rode our dirt bikes. So this is my most sentimental watch. You can't really go wrong with a Casio G-Shock. They're just made to handle. That being said, today we're going to review this Orient. This is a curious Orient. I believe this is an Asian market only watch, and this is the model number CFN01002EH. Quite a bit of a handful, huh? People have given this nickname the Orient AM PM watch for obvious reasons, because there's an AM PM dial. Now, this probably costs about $200 brand new, if you can still get it. I'm not even sure if you can still get this. I haven't seen it for sale anywhere, but maybe that just didn't look hard enough. My brother got this watch for me in Japan when he went one year, and I told him, hey, pick me up a watch. And he got this thing, and I was super surprised. I loved it. And this is my first mechanical, my first automatic, and I've been hooked ever since. I've been hooked by that movement ever since. This is most likely a mineral crystal. It feels like a mineral crystal. There's a difference between a sapphire and a mineral crystal. If you rub your fingers on enough of them, you'll know the differences. So I'm pretty sure this is a mineral crystal. And it has a regular back. It doesn't have a display case back. And a lot of people see this right there. Oh, come on, there we go. So this watch is the made in Japan model. I believe there is an Asian market one where they're made in Malaysia, but this is the Japan made in Japan model. So this is the one that's probably of slightly higher quality, and it shows. This watch is great. I've also taken this watch off-roading. Not crazy though, just some mild off-road urban enduro. I'm pretty sure that this watch has the 46V40 movement, although I can't verify that, but that's pretty much Orient's only movement that incorporates the AM/PM aspect, or complication, whatever you want to call it. This is one of my favorite watches. It is beautiful. People think this watch is so. Oh, would you just look at that? I stretched it in my glove. People think that this watch is so much more than it actually is. And you see my Mitsubishi A6M0 fighter there, because I thought it might be fitting to put a Japanese thing in the background, but for a Japanese watch, well, or I'm an idiot. The movement is non-hacking. Pull out the crown, which means the second hand does not stop. The crown does not screw in, so not very waterproof. It's waterproof to about 50 meters, so it's just splash proof basically. You don't want to submerge this watch at all, ever, never, ever. Let's see. This leather band actually is not what comes with it. Let me show you. I wanted a different look for this watch. It actually came with this really shiny, super shiny bracelet, solid link bracelet, and I just didn't want to use it and get it all scratched up, so I took it off and put the leather strap on it. But it's a really good bracelet. It's a very good, well working, proper bracelet. Nothing wrong with it. I just don't want to get it busted up, because this watch has a little bit more sentimental value to me than most of my other ones, because my brother gave it to me. It means more to me than most of my other watches. So yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? This is a fantastic looking watch. I stare at this watch a lot, and while it may not be the most like shimmery or eye-catching watch, it is striking to me. I really love this watch. Let's do the measuring of measurements with the caliper of justice. All right. So this watch is a perfect sized watch here. I'm gonna carefully measure it so I don't get it scratched in it. And it's a 40 millimeter case. See, I'm gonna do it right there. It's 40 millimeters. And I'm gonna do it from the top, right above the crown, just underneath the thing. 39.86. That's a little bit less because the way I had it, but it's 40 millimeter crown case, which is to me the perfect size. It is the perfect size. It fits me very well. It'll fit pretty much most people very well. And with this 22 millimeter lug size, it gives a bit more presence to the whole situation. It's a really well made, well thought of watch, and it's pretty thin at about 10.8 millimeters thickness. Now to check out the Lume action. The Lume is not. I think this watch is. It's pretty old. It's actually used. My brother bought it used, reconditioned. It was perfect, but it was serviced and used. But the Lume isn't very well, as I will demonstrate. This is an Orient Blu-ray. It's a newer model, and I'll review that later. But I'm going to show you what I mean about that. Give it some energy here. Okay. I'll do the magic flip of the switch. Pew. Just a few more seconds here. Gotta get it nice and charged up, and done. Alright, you can see the one on the left, the newer Orient, is very much brighter, and the AM/PM on the right is already becoming much more dim, and you can't really see it already. So that just tells me that the watch is much older, and it is suffering from lume burn, or whatever the term is. I don't know what the term is. Whatever, that's the term now. Lume burn. Gosh, what else can I say about this watch? It's great. I love this thing. If you can get your hands on an Orient AM PM, I would highly advise you do so. This is a good watch. People stare at this watch when I'm wearing this around, like I'm going around places. I know people are looking at it because it's kind of striking. You know, it's got this green dial that you don't really see too often, and it's just the right proportions, you know. So yeah, that's my review of the Orient AM PM, and I'll just give you a couple of little rotating shots here, just so you can see it in a little bit more detail. I love this thing. This thing makes me happy every time I watch it, every time I wear it too. You guys want to see this thing in like a rotating display? I actually have a rotating display. Alright, that's my review, and I hope you liked it.